home. So today we're back for another Smut Sunday book. And this Sunday we have the McGowan Betrothal. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly or not. By, again, I don't know if I'm going to say this right either, Louise Greenman. So this book is located in Scotland, and the time is 1535. Okay. Now the main characters are Gilmore and Isabel. Now this is part of a series, and I will preface it before I talk about this book that you need to have read the first one to understand this one. I actually read the first one years and years and years ago. And if I didn't read the first one, I would not have understood 2 cents of this one. So make sure that you read the first one of this book. And the first one in the series is The Fraser Bride. Yeah, The Fraser Bride. Which, if you're watching The Outlanders, that word Fraser might sound familiar. I swear it's a common name. Now, the other note I want to make is the girl in here is actually a twin to the other book, and that the twin is actually the ruler of the clan in this book, okay? So instead of a male being the ruler of the clan, it's actually passed down the matriarch line instead of the patriarch line. And given the time frame, twins were considered like taboo, if you would. They were considered that one was like good and the other one was the devil, and which one is which, and who knows. So keep that in mind, that there's a lot of superstition in this book when you're reading it. And if you're not into that, you might not want to read this book. So, quick backstory on Isabel. She was the one twin that was given away. It starts off with her in a tavern and meeting Gilmore in the tavern. When it comes to this book, the context is a little hard. At least for me it was, because it's like, why is Gilmore there? They never explain why he's in the same tavern, which is apparently miles and miles away from the home. Why he's there. Never explains it. Not at all. Very, very confusing. So that is like the biggest beef I have with this. The storyline in here doesn't make sense until the middle of the book, which is when you find out the actual plot of the story, which is, or at least I think, is that Gilmore wants Isabel, and he's pissed off because she's ignoring him. So apparently he has this sexual-esque charm against women, and he's pissed because she's not paying attention to him. And like all rogues of rogues, he wants the woman to like him. So he's obviously drawn to her because she's ignoring him. That's the main plot here. After that, we find out the real plot. Okay, again, because you don't find out the real plot until the middle of it, which is some guy is trying to take over the Fraser clan because apparently he really wants it, and he's hoping to kill off the sister and then take Isabel as his bride instead. Okay, and so there you go through this whole thing of, the sister's missing, or the older sister is missing, and everything else, and then you find out Isabel's terrible backstory and how her life was so horrible with her being given away. Overall, I would give this book a 4. And the reason I say that is because it was neither mediocre. It was neither mediocre, but neither was it a complete flop. You really cannot read this book on its own. You have to read the first book. I have to stress that. And once you get to the middle, that's when everything starts getting interesting. So that's why I will give it a 4. I definitely wouldn't give it anything after that, though. Overall, it's an okay book. It's something I kind of read slowly just because it was interesting, but it wasn't interesting, and you have to read it to understand it. It was one of those weird books. But all right, so that was the book for Smut Sunday. Hope that you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video.